Mayor, I'm sure you were listening to Bongani Baloyi of Action SA as he was speaking, and he basically is saying that, you are too eager. What's your response?
It's a pity that somehow messages, once it goes down the grapevine, it gets lost. The leadership of Action SA have been fully briefed of what the report to council was about. Now, first of all, I need to start out by saying there is no tender of 26 billion rand to refurbish the power stations of the city of Tshwane. The power stations of the city of Tshwane are not going to be refurbished. I've set out my climate action plan, and this is what I was telling the officials about. The strategic direction of the city, which way the city is going, is the responsibility of the executive, not the officials. The officials should implement the strategic objectives of the executive. So what I've decided as the executive, we will not be a coal-burning city. Over the next 30 years, we will vastly reduce our carbon emissions. That is what I've been talking about. So what happened? We received an investment proposal. It's got nothing to do with tender contracts. So there was an investment proposal where I then called the officials, including the city manager, together to say, how do we deal with investment proposals? What processes should we follow? Let's bounce around ideas. And we've had several meetings about that. One of the meetings, in fact, the first meeting was secretly recorded by an official. And it was released to Action SA, which is a pity because we followed then a very robust discussion where if you listen to the tape, and we've made the 90-minute tape available for anyone to listen to, and we concluded that we would follow an unsolicited process. Subsequent to that, there were more discussions where the city manager's office then decided to follow a different process in terms of National Treasury's Practice Note 11. So that process ended up being followed. So what we first did, we notified National Treasury of the receipt of the unsolicited investment proposal. Now, Practice Note 11 says, an unsolicited proposal is a proposal that is not an unsolicited bid. So it's not the same. So let me just continue just to show you the processes that we've been following for the past year. So afterwards, we then published the proposal public comment for a month. And once we received public comment, we then send the public comment, the advertisement, and the whole unredacted proposal to the Gauteng Provincial Treasury. And then after about 3-4 months, we got a response from them to say we may proceed with the process we have set out. And the following process that we then followed was that the Group Property Department then drafted a report that there's a proposed lease of land around the power stations, which the investors want to use as part of a unique investment. They want to build modular biogas turbines on the land, and they then want to feed the energy into the network of the city.
All right, Mr. Williams, I think I've let you speak for quite a while now. So my question is the withdrawal. What is the withdrawal of this report about then, if it was, if processes were followed?
Yes, so the report that was before council was for the proposal to be submitted to the residents of Tshwane. We wanted to hear what the residents of Tshwane had to say about this investment proposal. So the eNCA, the EF and the Action SA then met, and they decided to vote against the report. They did not want the investment proposal to be tabled for the residents of Tshwane. So there was no point of us then going ahead with voting if we did not have the majority. Because as you know, we are a coalition government and we only have a majority if Action SA votes with us.
Yes, and that's where I'm coming, because Action SA is adamant that they wrote to you and you ignored them. Why did you ignore them? They're adamant that they had written to you before about this particular issue and you didn't respond to them.
I had 2 meetings, one meeting with the full caucus and one meeting with the leadership of the caucus that included the 3 MMCs, where I responded to all their concerns. Because ultimately, the city of Tshwane are run by the council of the city of Tshwane, not by individual political parties. We can't have it. There's interference by political parties in the administration of the city of Tshwane. I'm accountable to the councillors in the city of Tshwane and the residents of the city of Tshwane. I'm not accountable to the national leadership or provincial leadership of Action SA.
But now this forensic report was to, if you could just help us understand here. I know that it had the possibility of a direct investment. Is that where the 26 million rand comes from? Was that the amount of direct investment?
No, you've got it. Sorry, you unfortunately got it wrong. There were 2 items in the special council meeting. One was the lease agreement that was supposed to go out on public participation for the residents of Tshwane. The other one was a forensic report relating to Rooiwal wastewater treatment plant.
Exactly.
Totally separate.
And this is the forensic report that was possibly going to appoint a service provider. The forensic report.
No. If I may just enlighten you, the forensic report is about the appointment of a service provider.
No, but this is what you seemingly had told council.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That took place in 2019. So there was a council decision that there should be a forensic investigation on how the appointment of the service provider in 2019 took place. So we've concluded the forensic investigation. So I brought the results, findings of the forensic investigation to council yesterday. But unfortunately, the council meeting was adjourned, so we could not address item 2.
And item 2 was about this forensic report?
Yes, about the appointment of a service provider in 2019 to upgrade the Rooiwal wastewater treatment plant.
And Action SA is saying even with that and with the direct investment, you didn't follow the Municipal Finance Management Act. That's their argument. They're saying there's 4 steps that you were supposed to take, and they wrote to you trying to find out, because they had an issue with the possibility that you didn't follow those steps to come to the conclusion that you came to.
No, we need to separate the 2. Forensic investigation, that was mandated by council. It had nothing to do with me.
I'm talking about what
council.
I'm talking about what Action is saying.
Yes, I'm coming back. But they're conflating the 2. Please keep it separate. So the forensic investigation was mandated by council and it was initiated by council. It was just my job to bring the report back to council for council to take a decision, because there are a number of officials that are implicated. Now, the first one, you talk about the process we followed for the investment proposal. What happened with the investment proposal? I told you we followed Practice Note 11. Practice Note 11 states that the investment must be unique. So Practice Note is separate from unsolicited bid. Unsolicited bid says that when you make an unsolicited bid to provide a good or service to the city, then you must be the sole provider of that good or service. Now, this investment proposal was not about providing a good or service to the city. It was an investment proposal that we followed the Practice Note 11 process outline.
All right. So just
clearly, there's a difference of opinion
things.
between myself and Action SA. So that is what was explained to Action SA. There's no good or service that is coming to the city.
All right. So just very quickly, I'm running out of time. So basically what you're saying is that they misunderstood what it was that you were presenting to council and what it was that the forensic report that you had handed over that was started since 2019. They are misrepresenting the two things.
They're conflating the two. The forensic was not started in 2019. These actions that's being investigated occurred in 2019.
Yes,
so now council mandated a forensic investigation, which took about 2 months to finalize. All I've done now, I've submitted the results to council. However, the meeting was adjourned before I could table the forensic report. Now, as far as the investment is concerned, that was dealt with. Action SA, the EFF, and Action and eNCA indicated they don't want the report to be tabled for public comment. They don't want the residents of Tshwane to see the report. So they decided they're not going to vote against it. And because Action SA did not vote with us, we did not have a majority, and we knew the report would not have been adopted.